Greetings, greetings, lover fear here. Choices, choices. It's all about the choices here for the Tuesday. I had to think about the day of the week. Tuesday dailies for Capricorn through Gemini. Energy is fluid. If this does not resonate, then it is not for you. Masculine, feminine refers to the energies, not the gender or identity. If it is male or female, such will be said. And yeah, these are readings to help you move forward into a healthier, happier, more abundant you. So whatever shows up, shows up. And we'll see what Wednesday the 27th brings for everyone, starting with, as usual, Capricorn. So, Capricorn, let's see what's going on with you guys. Looking at overall energy for Capricorn, Wednesday the 27th. And most immediate past energy. Too many, guys. I'll take this one. Present energy for Capricorn, please. Most likely immediate outcome. Wednesday for Capricorn. Most likely immediate outcome. And most likely overall outcome for Capricorn is 26. The overall outcome for this situation. These do not have reversals. Wow, Capricorn, that's a lot of majors. Consciousness. Overall energy for this collective of Capricorn obviously is the process of coming into self, consciousness, becoming aware of the higher self. Most immediate past energy is aloneness. This represents the Hermit card in traditional tarot. Present energy into a cycle. Most likely future outcome, past lives, Death card. A lot of change going on. And then effectively the World card. So Capricorn, you guys are definitely completing out something pretty significant. And which would explain your consciousness. So you've gone through the process of going within, investigating, doing your healing work. This is bringing you to a new level. This period is ending and it's moving into the next chapter. These are all completion cards. So these are clearly, the fact that there's 4 out of 5 with consciousness being your overall energy, this is a very moving into and through the ascension process. Because this is nothing but endings and beginnings. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is effectively this card. Death and the world. all following the Hermit. This is exactly how things are supposed to go. And this is the process. So, wow, Capricorn, I don't know what else to say, really. Some of you are definitely going through a major transformation from what was to a whole new way of being and big shift into self. I don't really know what else to say, guys. It's the energy in this is there's a lot of shadow work going on. These are not bright, happy, fulfilling cards. And the energy isn't either. But you're going through each step and each process and finishing it and going to the next step, process and finishing it. This is not a short period. This is not a one-day reading. This is an entire force of energy within this particular Capricorn collective. The other piece that I'm picking up a little bit in with this aloneness and immediate future of past lives. Yes, this is the Death card. In this particular deck, with this change, I'm also feeling that for some of you, there is a very strong past life connection, obviously, showing up. And I do feel like it is very, very connected to your journey, your path. It's not a situation where it's going to complete you, but it's part of your process. And it may be a relationship, a love connection, but they are very connected to this next phase of your journey. Past lives to completion. So this connection is they're going to raise your awareness within. This could be a very divinely guided soul connection, and may very well be a person that is in your life for the long haul. Now, I do feel that there is a very strong soul connection coming in. Now, exactly how that will manifest, is it a love connection or is it a friend, that I'm not picking up. I think that's going to be kind of a free will sort of thing. Do you connect in that way in this life? But it is someone very significant, and that is going to be with you through this portion of your experience. And that's a beautiful thing. So, It's possible this person could be a, quote, karmic connection. That has a very negative connotation to most readers. To me, it does not. It is simply a connection that has the intention of bringing forth lessons. Karmics can also, every connection we have, regardless if you identify it as a soulmate, a twin flame, it doesn't matter. They're all karmic. They're all karmic because all that means is that is energy that we have sent out that is coming back to us. That's it. It's not a positive, it's not a negative. It's just the equal and balanced energy being returned. So what you give is what you get. So how you choose to label this connection, that's up to you. But I do feel like because of the intensity of the lessons that will come with this connection, there's definitely a very strong karmic tie to them, meaning that they will very likely be on a very similar level, in a very similar place in their own journey. Someone that is also this close to finishing this section. This does not mean we're done. There's always more. It means this aspect of your journey is coming to a close and a new chapter will begin. This is impressive, Capricorns. This is really impressive. So, there you go. I hope that helps and moves you guys forward into your next phase of life. And it's definitely beautiful energy. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what you guys got going on for Tuesday. And I think I am. Give me a moment. I gotta have music, guys, and it's just the music is vibration, and the right vibration just brings in more clarity. There we go. All right, Aquarius. Overall energy for Tuesday for Aquarius, please. Too many. Yeah, too many. Aquarius, see what you guys got going on your most immediate past energy. No, it's too loud. Wow, I see what kind of day this is going to be. Harmony. These don't have reversals per se. So I don't read them with reversals, but I will read them as sideways as a transitional energy. I'm moving into or out of present energy. This is the Osho Zen deck. If I read from the book, oh gosh, the descriptions are amazing. Creator. Although they can be difficult to read because they're so different. Most likely immediate outcome. Most likely immediate outcome. I mean, for these, obviously, I'm reading them as I would any other tarot. But the book descriptions, they're, it's the kind of thing, wow, you could, pick up the book and just read. Use them as journal prompts. Never mind the cards. A lot of pretty amazing insight and philosophical. I mean, it's Osho, so of course. Alright, Aquarius, come on, talk to me without screaming. Most immediate likely outcome. And overall likely outcome. Various overall likely outcome from the situation. Overall likely outcome. Various. Thank you. All right. This is an interesting energy, Aquarius. There's clearly an opening within, which is what flowering is about. It's a growth process, clearly. I don't feel like there's a full opening. It's an in process, obviously. Harmony represents 10 of Cups, but it coming out sideways, it's definitely reflective of not having fully opened up within. This is that deep inner connection with oneself, with the universe, with all the energies, as well as that abundance in love, which stems from the abundance of love within, with that connection, which then, of course, brings you to the Creator. And I don't remember right now what traditional tarot, obviously a Wands, this correlates to. But the Creator is accessing this inner space to manifest and bring in their desires on a very energetic level. Does it manifest externally? Well, that's the energy, that's the intention. However, not fully open yet. So it doesn't manifest externally, not in the immediate future. This is nothingness. This is the release. This is the letting go. This is the allowing. This is the trust. This is surrender. So there's kind of still this attachment energy that's going on, Aquarius, where you're bringing that into your manifestation. And that's present. This is immediate past and present and overall. So there's this manifestation energy, kind of magician-like, but not quite. You know, there's that desire, not want, but desire. It's at the whole heart and soul level. So you engage in this manifestation process and then you let go. You release and allow. This is that non-attachment stage. And it is showing that, you know, that occurs. I don't feel like this is as immediate as a one-day sort of deal. It takes practice because of this. Because you're not fully in that state of non-attachment. You know, flowering and not flowered. But because you are engaging in that manifestation, because you are in this near state, it does bring in the possibilities. Now, do be aware, when we engage in this energy of manifestation, of energetically calling in the fulfillment of our desires, if we are not quite there, and even if we are, you know, how things manifest, what they look like, what they come in as, may not be quite what it is you think you want. This is where trust in the divine and non-attachment and surrender come in. This is where the letting go and allowing. And I feel like the reason this is in the section of possibilities is because what you're manifesting does carry the energy of coming in. Just might not look like what you want it to. It will come in as it's meant to. Because when we manifest, when we try to manifest from here rather than here, that's when we have issues here. And there is some of that energy I'm feeling, and that's one of the reasons we're in this state. You didn't quite complete this connection with self. And this, I have a feeling this is going to bring in some lessons, particularly lessons in attachment and surrender. So, do be warned, keep doing what you're doing, Aquarius. It's no small process in getting to the point of manifesting it all. Even close to what we think we want is pretty significant. So I hope that helps. Do keep in mind, work on that non-attachment. Something we all struggle with. Pisces for Wednesday. October 27th. See what you guys got going on, Pisces. You guys have been bringing in some serious energy, Pisces. We'll see what this collective shows up. I haven't used these cards, I don't think, for these readings. It's definitely bringing in something different, a higher level collective, I feel like. But we'll see. Pisces, overall energy for Wednesday. So I may not use these too often. Most immediate past energy. Now this is definitely bringing in a different group. Doing this again. Present energy for Pisces. October, Wednesday, October 27th. Tuesday, October 27th. I'm not sure the day of the week matters to the universe. Most immediate likely outcome. For this situation, most immediate likely outcome. And looks like the overall outcome for Pisces for the situation. Okay, I spoke too soon on the different energetic. I mean, it is a different energetic group, but most likely overall outcome for this situation. Oh, Pisces. Yeah, this is some intense energy here. A lot of internal conflict. And there's an attempt to come out of it. And I feel like this is showing up externally pretty strongly, Pisces. And there is some, for this collective, there is definitely some serious inner healing. Your overall energy is guilt. Look into Brene Brown, Toxic Shame, because that's the energy of this. Some of you Pisces may be having that show up, especially with Mercury in retrograde. Being a water sign, you may really be having some historical issues show up. And most immediate past energy, nothingness, which is at non-attachment for this deck. It's at quiet. Like in the Rider-Waite, let me grab a normal deck and see if I can when we receive our highest guidance, it's that trust in the divine. This Hierophant can be our teacher, basically. But if we are in a state of attachment, we're not going to hear the messages. We're not going to get that higher level from divine to self information, guidance. So we have to be in a space of emptiness, so to speak. And you're trying, obviously you're trying, and The present energy is friendliness, which is basically a 2 of cups sideways. So you've got this negative, challenging, conflicted energy going on all around you. And, you know, you got into this space, or partially into this space within. Started to connect with your inner guidance, you know, with your energetic, spiritual, authentic self that started to come in, and something occurred here. Something disrupted, or is going to disrupt, and it is going to bring to the fore this something occurred, something triggered, and this energy just came screaming back into your conscious awareness. Maybe not even conscious, but just came in, and it's going to create this aggressive energy. You know, you're just gonna backslide. Most likely overall outcome, this is basically the 5 of Swords. Suppression. So there is something within you. And this is what caused me to say check into Brene Brown, Toxic Shame. So there's something deeper, and even though this is overall outcome, this is guidance to look at what is triggering this kind of internal process deep within, and that is what is interfering in this. You have these 2 energies going on where you want to be in this state of release. You want to have this connection with yourself. You want to have this healing. But these things are getting in the way, and that is something not being looked at, not being seen, something that underlies this guilt and shame and regret, suffering. So there is, for this collective of Pisces, definitely go within. This may not be the time to try to get to non-attachment. Non-attachment is going to be a lot more achievable, because right now this is what's driving, and we cannot really get into a state of non-attachment and connection with self until we deal with and handle the blocks. I mean, it's on both sides. It's clearly, it is visually a block. It is blocking you forward and backward. And as long as there's this, it will continue to. And this pattern will continue to show up. So, Pisces, I hope that helps give you some guidance, because obviously there is a desire and an intent to move out of this space, but you can't ignore it and do that. So I hope that helps. You know, for some people, it might be a time to, you know, go talk to somebody that can guide you on a more objective level. If that's uncomfortable for you, maybe some other options, you know, just, but you can't ignore what is within and expect to move forward. We're going to get in our own way. So, I hope that helps. All right, Aries. Wow, Aries. Wow. Oh my goodness. Aries, what is going on? Ooh. Let's see what comes out for Aries, shall we? I'm kind of feeling maybe a schizophrenia card or something. Maybe the burdens or something like that. Overall energy for Aries for Tuesday, 27th. Aries. Most immediate past energy for Aries. Most immediate past energy. Aries, just looked at the clock and it is 5:55 where I am. Present energy for Aries, please. Present energy for Aries. And again, yeah, Mercury's going to be bringing in some nastiness, I think, for the rest of its stay. Most likely immediate future outcome. Most likely immediate outcome for Aries for Tuesday, October 27th. Most likely immediate outcome for Aries. Good. Overall outcome. Okay. Awesome. Alright. Alright, Aries. Wow, you are really struggling with allowing yourself to take care of you. I mean, that is just clear as day. Like, you really struggle with this particular group. You really struggle with giving yourself permission to take care of you and to you're working on it. It's a very in and out kind of energy. Your overall energy is exhaustion. This is basically like a 9 of Swords, and just, you know, there's this battle to keep moving forward, and I don't feel like it is just externally, like with work or school or whatever. It's deeper. It's more like a heavier soul drain. Like, I'm just like, no amount of sleep is going to do this for you. You just, that inner drain. Most immediate past, silence, which is the Moon card. So what I see here is this process of going within, and you're pulling out little bits of what is hiding under the surface, and it might be a bit heavy, and that could be contributing to this state of exhaustion, because you're doing your work, but it's hard. And present energy, guilt, shame. I feel like this may be a recurring theme. This is one of those pieces that you've pulled out. You know, this process is not complete. That's why it came out sideways. And one of the guilt, part of the guilt, here, part of the shame, overall outcome is playfulness. And I feel like this is like the active part, the external expression of the work you're doing within. And the recognition, and here is that recognition, receptivity. The recognition that this is a struggle, that this rejuvenating, because play does rejuvenate. You know, it gives us that sense of freedom and connection that the rest of life experience doesn't really do. It's children. Look at a young child and the freedom and the in-the-momentness and the lack of fear and worry and concern and stress. Play actually has a neurological and biological impact on how we cope and how we deal with life and in our attitude. I mean, there's a very strong positive chemical reaction to play, you know, and the lack of that, the lack of playfulness in adults in particular absolutely causes a heavy soul drain, an energetic drain on a level we just can't quite explain, quite describe. And you've gone within, and you're going to do it again, and you're going to keep doing it, because that's how it works. You know, it's like an onion, one piece, one layer at a time. You pull something out, you allow the experiencing of it, which can be really difficult, and then you work on moving through it and finding the counterbalance for it. So I do feel like this is very needed with this kind of work, but it can be a challenge because this level of exhaustion and the recognition and experiencing of what lies underneath, it can make it it can bring us down. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It can really feel like a burden, but it's a burden we're releasing. So if you can find it within yourself to, you know, even in the midst of all this and the heaviness of it, use the openness that is coming because of this work here, you know, and that recognition. Use that. Get enough of your energetic body together to go out and do this. Go to a playground. Seriously. Literally go play. You know, borrow somebody's kid or dog if you need to, and let them show you play. And just let the mind go and just be as you were at 6, 4, you know, for 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you can be in this space for. And I feel like that will bring in a whole lot of relief and refuel you for the next round, because this energy I don't feel like is going to go away real soon, because you are actively doing your work. So again, we're going to see this repeatedly, because as you uncover each one, I mean, guilt, toxic shame, where it doesn't belong, that's just one of the things that's hiding within. You know, and don't forget to give yourself breaks in between this work. You know, really genuine breaks to rejuvenate, because it is draining work, but it is so worth it. Promise. So this is amazing. I love seeing the progression here and seeing how some of you are really digging into yourselves and getting into this fantastically healing space, which is going to open up so many doors in your external life. And we're all in a different place. That does not make it any more or less significant than anyone else's. Just the doing of it is incredible, and it is going to free so much of yourself for you, for fulfillment, for joy, and for... Now, do not confuse joy and happiness. They are not the same thing. Happiness is temporary, just like sadness. It's an emotional state triggered by an external, sometimes an internal experience, and it is temporary. Joy is more like somewhere in that placement between peace and bliss. I don't really know how to define it, but it's when you have this excitement type of energy about just life existing. Everything has this beauty to it, and you just look at everything and kind of wonder. So happiness is emotive, joy is more like a state of being. So I hope that helps. Happiness definitely, when it is experienced, it is an in and out, just like any other emotion. And no, we don't stop having emotions just because we go through these processes. You know, these issues don't, healing does not mean that the things that were are poof gone. Healing means that when they do show up, they're not a block, they're not a barrier. We know how to handle them. We know how to set them aside and say, you know what? Yeah, no, I don't need this. And you know how to say, you know what? I know you're still there. I recognize you, and this is not what's needed. You know, you kind of know how to put it in its place so it doesn't control you or your experiences, because we're still human, you know. But emotion is fleeting. State of being is pretty stable. Being human beings, of course, there's always going to be, you know, something that can pull us back into those places. But the heaviness and the control that they have are going to be less and less and less. So, anyway, Taurus. Moving on to you guys. Let's see what you guys have for Tuesday. Overall energy for Taurus, Tuesday, October 27th. I have so lost track of the day. Okay. Present energy, or no, most immediate past energy. Thank you. Present energy. I don't worry too much about my wording, really, because they know. And your energy knows. Language matters to the ears and the mind, not to the energy. Yeah, I saw that coming out, but not for you guys necessarily. Most likely immediate outcome. Most likely immediate outcome. Okay, then. Subtle much, guys? And most likely overall outcome for this situation for Taurus. Most likely overall outcome for this situation. Good. Glad to see that. You know, earlier I said another card was death. It wasn't. I think it was maybe Tower. Yeah. Transformation on the bottom of the deck is change. Gonna be seeing a lot of these. Alright, Taurus, let's see what you guys got going on. Overall energy is past lives and mind. This feels like a karmic connection going on. And you're getting in your own way of the lessons that it brings in. You're overthinking. And that's keeping you very stuck in your progression. And that can actually be seen here. Most immediate past energies, the Lovers. So obviously that validates that this is some kind of intimate connection. What did I say about it getting in your own way? Burdens. So this connection feels very, very, very heavy to you. And it feels heavy because going too much in the head about it rather than that allowing, rather than the acceptance of what value it does bring. It may not be a great situation. Obviously it's not, because you feel very burdened by it. You know, and as this is in the past energy, it could be, no, it's not, it's still going on. Perspective is going to be very important here. It really is. How you view it, that's the reason mind is getting in the way. Most likely immediate outcome, slowing down. I feel like this is more advice than what might happen otherwise because of this mind energy. Time to slow down. Take a deep breath. Sit with this without thinking. Just be with it. Just simply be with this connection. Don't give it a label. Don't give it an attachment. Just be with it. See, if we didn't have mind, here is what is creating the burden. If you are simply with the experience as it is, rather than as you believe it to be, you get rid of these, then you have a past life connection, Lovers, a slowing down with transformation. It's like this connection helps move you into this space without this weight, without this struggle, without this resistance. And that's exactly what is happening. However, the mind is coloring the experience and making this a much more difficult and probably unpleasant opportunity. And so this next card is transformation. This one is the death card. And I feel like this transformation, honestly, is the releasing of these two energies. But you have to slow down. Stop thinking about it so much. Stop trying to figure out what is going on. It's a past life connection. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's a past life connection for the purpose of pulling out this energy, putting it in front of you so you can see it, and this is the experience, and so you can do exactly this in order to release. And then this leads you to the ability to see, to recognize, and to heal. And then the next time Lovers comes up, whether it's in this connection or a different one, it's going to be a whole lot less of this, and hopefully none of this. So does this also mean the end of this connection? I don't know, it depends on what you do. This is your reading, so this is about your process, your transformation. Not the transformation between, not the transformation about other. This is about you. This is the path that you are on. And it's about growth. And when we grow within, that's when we can really slow down and enjoy, be in the moment, be in the present, rather than being stuck and overanalyzing. Oh crap, that's what this is for some of you. You are stuck in the past. For some, it is a past life connection with these lessons. Some of you are just mentally stuck in the past, holding on to it, about this connection that probably did end. It is burdening you. Very 3D concrete kind of energy. And the call is the same either way. Slow down. Get out of the head. Take a deep breath. Experience what you're experiencing. Stop. Being in the mind. Mind is a biased thing. It's going to direct you in ways that you don't genuinely desire to be directed. Driving from the back of the bus and you can't even see it. Release this. Whether it's past life or just past in this life, release this. You release that. And you do that by simply being present with it, giving yourself the time and the space to be with what is. And that's when the opportunity to transform from perception to truth. And that's what frees us. And truth carries no bias. It's not good, it's not bad. It's not positive, it's not negative. It just is. Those labels we apply from an emotional and thought space. It's a judgment, it's an opinion, it's based on our views of our past experiences, whether we felt good about the situation or not. And those feelings are based on things prior to that. That's why it's kind of like an onion. So, Taurus, I hope that helps. I hope that helps you move forward out of this space. Been there. It's not a fun place to be, but there's definitely an out. And that's up to you. So I hope that helps. I hope that allows you to get some guidance to move out of that energy and have a much better rest of your week. Gemini, you're next. And hopefully a uploads go smoothly for a change. I'm going to continue to bring that up. I feel bad. You know, it's not necessarily guilt per se, but I just, you know, really, this is, I know it's not what people want to hear, really. They want to hear about, you know, the great love of your life coming in and, you know, having that once in a lifetime ultimate romance. The thing is, you don't get the real deal until you have that romance with yourself. And I'm going to keep visiting that because, you know, been down that road. And it's we repeat until we get it, until we understand that the love has to come from within, which means we have to have it there and be able to direct it inward. It kind of feeds itself, you know. So if we don't have it within, it's not going to sustain in a way that is going to be beneficial with others. That said, Gemini, overall energy. And if you actually want real, true, deep, abiding love, gotta heal what's within first. Because even if it showed up at your front door unhealed, it's gonna end up being self-sabotage. And nobody wants to hear that. Most people don't want to hear that. But it's the truth. Overall energy, Gemini. Wow, Gemini, what is going on with you guys? You in hermit mode or something? Gemini, overall energy for Tuesday. Most immediate past energy, Gemini. Present energy for Gemini. That's nice to see. Most immediate outcome for Gemini for Tuesday. Most immediate for Gemini. Ooh, you thought about it there. Immediate. Then we have completion. And most likely overall outcome for Gemini. I really... I think I won't use these too often, but I definitely am enjoying seeing the different collective that each of my decks brings. I don't know why I'm doing that, guys. It's already been a long week. Overall energy source. It's like a Ace of Wands. The source being what comes from within. Your passion, your drive. Most recent past energy, schizophrenia, that's like a Two of Swords. And if you look, this guy's kind of in between two. What do? You're stretched thin, and you're either going to lose your strength and fall, or hold on for dear life. I mean, you've got two options, and eventually you're going to end up falling anyway. So the question is, are you going to fall with fear, or are you going to release and trust? And it really messes with the mind. Trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I get myself out of this pickle? And this is all mind energy. Swords. And it's a crossroad. And apparently whatever this was brought you into a higher state within. Maturity. This is all about your own development, your own growth. Starting to come to terms and balance the internal and external. This is an imbalance between internal and external. And there is lessons here. There's been a lot of lessons in this. And the biggest one, obviously, being about trust. Now, in what context is this? Trust with other, trust with self, trust with the divine. You would know that might be different for all of you. But that's brought you to a place of growth and development that is beneficial for you. And that's beautiful. And that lesson is just about done. It's about completed. And, you know, adventure is, it looks like a lovely, beautiful card, and in some ways it is, but it actually follows, in many ways, this completion. It's like a, this correlates to me, like afterlife. That's the way I see this. It is that space between lives where we exit the body, enter whatever dimension in between this life and the next. So it's like a transitional space. And as human beings, we don't really know what that is. I talk to dead people and I still don't know what it is. There's more than one. There's a lot of layers, but it is that space, that holding place between lives. It's me. So when there's a completion, we kind of enter into this space of reflection and integration of what we've learned, what we've experienced, what it's brought, and it unfolds in its own kind of way. And there's a whole different kind of cycle that occurs. You know, we experience these patterns and we learn something new. We deal with different issues as we go through. But there's this completion, this holding space while we process and develop and grow into it within Source, and then we come back and do it again. Oh, hold on, guys. Sometimes I forget to turn my alarm off before I start these. So, you know, this is the point, to get through each one of these cycles, to have this experience, to go through this learning and development and growth, to mature in that experience. Like, I would suggest you guys look at, already when it comes through, either Taurus or Aries, And it'll be time stamped and labeled, so it'll help identify which ones are which. But this is the process right here. You know, we are divinely guided, connected with source through what's us at the energetic level. It's where we receive our guidance. And we go through these experiences of learning and growing and developing and getting more connected with ourselves within, which is therefore connected to source. We complete this lesson, we reflect and integrate it into, it's not a full integration because there's another one, and then there's another one, and then there's another one, and whatever lessons are in store for us in this life, we hit the true completion once all those lessons have been obtained and incorporated and integrated, and we are wherever it is that we are heading in this life. You know, some of us will be back if you're a believer in reincarnation, which obviously I am. Most of us will be back for more lessons. You know, but this life is focused on the lessons set out for us to experience and learn from in this life. We're not going to learn them all in a single life. There's just too many. That's one of the reasons that I'm a firm believer in reincarnation, is because our purpose is to learn, to grow, to develop, and to go beyond the limitations we perceive within ourselves. But as human beings, we're so disconnected from self and from God, source, universe, whatever label. And that's really, I mean, just, we are living biological beings. We do have an influence on the energies in the universe. I mean, just think about energy from a scientific standpoint, what it is, how it functions, how it operates, what you can and can't do with it. Hello, toaster, cell phones, I mean, energy. You know, it didn't start out as a cell phone, didn't start out as a toaster. You know, so energy is a very necessary, inherent, innate function of the universe. You know, what is the divine? I don't know. I know I've experienced it. I know I've seen it. But what is it? Yeah. Still human here. I know it exists. That's all I can tell you guys. I know it exists. And, you know, how does it function? How does it operate? Is it a collective energy ultimately, or is it its own energy? I don't know. I really don't. I know we are connected. I know we are aspects of that source energy. That's all I can say I know with any kind of certainty. And because the human being has a literal impact on the universe, you know, and collectively our energy has not been very kind to creation. However you define creation, whether it's Big Bang, God with Adam and Eve, or always been, or riding on the backs of elephants and turtles, doesn't matter. You know, human beings, the planet, the solar system, at one time, none of it existed. So, you know, it came into being. It was created. Is there a grand design creator? I don't know. But I do know that there is something that energetically influences and directs biological, because we can feel it, we can connect with it. I can talk to people that are no longer present physically. You know, so what exactly it all is, the human mind cannot comprehend. We don't have the capacity. It's too, we can't. There's, our brain does have its limitations, and the understanding, we don't even really comprehend the concept of dimensions. It is just, it's an idea. We know it exists. We know other dimensions exist. We have no real way to prove it scientifically. And the limitations of the biological human brain can't really grab it. You know, try to visualize how, on a very real, concrete, scientific level, how multiple dimensions would interact. How do you get from one to the other? How do they operate within the whole of the infinite universe? And what is infinite? Where did it come? Yeah, we don't know. We just simply have to accept that it is, because we do not have the capacity to comprehend it. What we do have the capacity to comprehend is our influence on it all. Where it all started, how it all started, why it all started, I can't tell you. Nobody can, no matter what they claim. We aren't God, you know, we don't have that level of access. But we are here to learn and to redirect our influence, our energetic influence on everything else that is. It's like a pebble in a pond, and we do have an impact, and we always have. And at one time, everything was in balance exactly the way it's meant to be, with humans present. Now, they aren't. And it is our duty and our responsibility as human beings to go through this process of healing and rebalance the energy. Because if we don't, we change everything. And not in a life-reaffirming kind of way. So, for those that are really struggling with the point and purpose and reason for all of this, hopefully that helps. And it's not just a responsibility to the greater good, it's a responsibility to yourself. You know, to honor yourself, to really value the fact that you are an impossible creature. You are a miracle unto yourself. Think about it from a biological standpoint. Look it up on Wikipedia, whatever. How many sperm are released from the male human during the act of intercourse? What are the odds of that one sperm fertilizing that one egg? Do you know how many sperm actually get to the egg? A lot. But only one makes it through to fertilization. And that fertilization is you. And the only way you happened was with that one sperm, that one egg, and that one moment with your parents exclusively. I mean, the chances of you existing are almost non-existent. Almost, but here you are. That makes you very, very valuable. You're the only one like you. You can't be duplicated, replicated, cloned, replaced. There's only one you. No matter if somebody took all of your DNA and tried to recreate you, they couldn't. Part of where you are now is your experiences is in your mind. But it's also that authentic self. We are not all alike. We are all very unique and different. We are all connected. There's a difference. We are all one in the context of we all stem from the same source. We are all connected in that greater system, kind of like the rays of the sun. We are all of the sun. But there isn't just one ray. There's not just one beam of light. There's an infinite set of beams of light. They all go back to the same place. They're all the same thing in that context, and yet they're unique individuals. They only hit this planet at a certain angle, at a certain time, to a certain degree. There cannot ever be another you, no matter what anyone tries. You're the most precious, one-of-a-kind jewel in all of the universe. And if that doesn't speak to you about how valuable, we treasure objects that are unique, one of a kind, special, because they are one of a kind, because you cannot replace them. They cannot be remanufactured. Neither can you. You are irreplaceable. You will only ever happen once. Ever. In all of time. Your energy will carry forward. Your energy is carried backward. Your energy goes all over. Time doesn't exist in that way. But as this present human being manifested in your human body, coming from your human parents, you're the only one. And you are the only one that ever was, and you're the only one that ever will be. So when we talk about things like you only have one life, well, you do. This is the only life that will ever be the you that you are now, in this one. No matter how many lives you have moving forward, no matter how many lives you've had prior, or even if you believe this is the only life, this is the only you. If you believe in reincarnation like I do, then the next version of you won't be the you that you are now. And that version of you will never again, and never has been, the you in that life. So if you're struggling a little bit with any sense of value and self-worth, think about it that way. You cannot be replaced ever. You are the only one that is you. Ever. Only in this life. That's a very powerful position. What are you going to do with it? What choices will you make for yourself, for your experience? What choices will you make, being the only one that can make the choices that will come to you, that have come to you? You are the only one that is on the path that you are on. The only one. Your path will intersect with others. You'll jump around on different paths, but you are the only one in this life. Only once. That is powerful. So what are you going to do to manifest yours? What choices will you make? Because it's the other extraordinary power we have as human beings. Choice. We are the only once in a lifetime choice. Every time, even if it looks like the same choice, each little experience we have is a once in this lifetime only choice. Because who we were a minute ago is not who we are now, and we will never be that again. Each moment is its own, and the vastness of the universe, and you are the only one in it, in that moment. You have the power of the universe in your hands because of that. So, I hope that honestly and truly helps bring some clarity to those that really need to hear it. And even those that don't, just need maybe the reminder of what you are in this moment, right here, right now, no matter when you're listening. You are infinite. You are also finite in a way that contains everything that is. So with that, I'll catch you guys later. Love or fear, you choose. It's the greatest power we have. Blessings.